Hey everyone, Techni here with the headset review, the one that you guys have been requesting the absolute bananas on, and that is the HyperX Cloud Alpha. Hey, let me pull you in and show you them real quick, then we'll be right back and talk about it. Hey, I'll be right back with you. Alright, so what did you guys think about the close-up of the HyperX Alphas right there? I think they're absolutely sharp, right? I mean, come on, they're black and red. You know I'm going to love them, right? And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, man, they look exactly like all the other HyperX headsets, you know? And there's actually a few key differences in this guy that kind of makes them stand out from, say, for example, like the Clouds or the the Cloud 2s and stuff like that, which we'll talk about later on down the road. But first off, what I'd like to start off is what you get in your box. So, number one, you get the headset right there. You're going to get your mic, and it actually comes with a windscreen on it, and it is detachable. So really nice touch to include that windscreen. I love windscreens on my mics, actually. You get the adapter right here, the 3.5 to plug in if you're going 3.5 in your PC or into your console controller, which also has the volume rocker and mic mute on it right there. You get an extender right here for PC to for your mic and everything, and this sucker is long, really long. You see how many times it's spooled up right there, so pretty nice. I honestly, really, because I don't use mic that much, I really like using this because this is not too long. So if you're playing on PlayStation or Xbox or something, you know what I mean, as I'm tangled up here, it's not super long. It's right there, so it's really nice. It's not dangling or getting stuck underneath your chair, you know. So even when I'm on PC, since my PC's on my desk, it's very nice just to be able to plug this one in and not have a whole bunch of wire everywhere. So really nice touch. But if you do need extra wire, or again for your mic for PC, you do have this right there. You also come with a bag for your headset. Ridiculous. I mean, it says HyperX over here. If you can see that in the camera, I'm not sure if it'll pick it up, but whatever. Who needs a bag for their headset? And then, of course, you get your paperwork there. Now, you know what? I wanted to ask you guys, because I do a lot of headset reviews, and as y'all know, comfort is my number one, hands down, right? Sound comes in at number 2 right there. You know, probably 1.5. It's like right in between there. But again, number 1 for me is comfort. And I just wanted to ask you guys, are you guys the same way? Like, if the thing sounded absolutely amazing, but it was uncomfortable, would you still use it? You know what I mean? So anyways, that's why I start with comfort again, because like I always state, if I put it on my head and it's absolutely uncomfortable, I'm going to take it off right away and I'm never going to use it, no matter how good of a deal it was or how fantastic it sounds. But please do let me know down in the comments if you're the same way as me, or if it just sounds so good, will you deal with the uncomfortable situation? As you all know, my one gripe with HyperX headsets, at least these ones with the metal arms right here, they don't have any swivel right there. Like, you can see them moving a little bit, but honestly, when you put them on your head, they pretty much stay like that. So again, for me, whenever I put HyperX headsets on, they press up here a little bit rather than kind of just swooping back. And if I try to do that, if I try to push them back, bam, they just spring right back up to the front, so they press up there. Again, that's I always class it as personal preference, because your head shape may be completely different and you might not notice that at all, you know. But pretty much every HyperX headset that doesn't have swivel in it presses right up here on my jawline. But even when I take my glasses off, I still notice it. So either way, I still do get that pressure point. Now, one thing I want to point out with this headset that's really nice is it's minimalized a lot compared to, say, for example, Cloud 2s or any of the other ones I've used. Let me bring you in right here. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the ear cushions are a little bit more plush compared to the other HyperX headsets. Just by a pinch, but to me, that pinch makes a pretty big difference. And honestly, yes, I get that pressure point right there, but it's almost bearable. Like, I can game with these, and sure, I'll be sitting here adjusting them, trying to pull them forward a little bit, you know what I mean? But it doesn't hurt. It doesn't get annoying, but I do feel it. Now, as far as the headband right here, as you can see, you got that padding right up top up there. Plenty of padding. Now, the other thing that probably really stood out to you on this headset is the arm brackets right there that connect to the ear cups. As you can see, they're kind of chopped out right there, little design. And you honestly, as little as that sounds, I don't know if that's where it's come from, or it's how they did the drivers in here and everything with the dual chamber, which we'll get into later. But they feel lighter. These feel a lot lighter than some of the other HyperX headsets I've used. And again, you notice that going back to that pressure point, whenever you put it on your head, you don't feel it really just clamping on you. It's almost a perfect clamping force. Like, honestly, like, if you got a different head shape than mine and it goes out to the back, or you don't get that pressure point up there, As far as comfort, I mean, these things get a total win. They feel really nice on my head, even though they're pressing up there. You know, like, no, I couldn't use this thing for gaming all day, me personally. But if you don't get that pressure point right there, wow, A+ on comfort. Now talking a little bit as far as build, we already went over the arms right there, so pretty much the same as the other HyperX, minus the cutouts right there, which you notice the lightweight, but they do go into the plastic arm up here, which is one of your pressure points there. Now down on the bottom here, let me bring it in and see if you guys can see. So you guys see the arm is going into that little bracket right there, and that's where you get your swivel from right there and everything, and then when you pull it out, that's where it pulls from. Now again, I'm not sure if the camera will pick this up, but you can see it's screwing in right there. The arm goes into the side right there, then it screws into the back side, which I doubt you can pick up on the camera. So that's not much different than any of the other HyperX headsets with the metal arm and anything, and I'm not sure. I guess to me, like they're saying, oh, these things are built, you know, extremely solid, durable build and everything because they're showing you this metal. They're putting that metal right in your face. But again, it's going into plastic right here, that tiny piece of plastic with that tiny screw holding it on, and then it's going up to plastic right here. So do I think they're built incredibly durable like they did all over their box? No, I think they're built just as good as any other headset because again, they're flashing this metal right in your face. So don't be deceived by that metal right there because again, you're going into plastic and you're going into plastic up here. So again, I just think they're built just as good as any other headset. But if you stretch them out or if you twist them and everything, I mean, you're good to go. You got nice flex up in the headband and everything. So as far as build, I give them a good. No, they're not great and they're not bad. Again, just good, which again is not a bad thing. I mean, I take care of my stuff. I'm very gentle with it whenever I sit it down. But again, going back, not to harp on it, I don't like that bracket right out in the open. Say if you drop this, you got tile floors or a hardwood floor or something like that, and you drop it, and that little bracket that's exposed right there, bam, if that thing just cracks, I mean, your headset's done for. You know, so again, I don't like that bracket right there. But as far as build, I give them a good. All right, so let's get into the next most important thing, and that is sound. Now, number one, before we start talking about the sound, it is, again, 3.5, and you can see this deal here. You see that little gray bit right there? So anyways, it plugs into the bottom of the headset right here. As you see, that one above is the mic. The one down at the bottom is where you connect your 3.5, and it's really cool because it goes in there quite a bit, right? So you have no wiggle, and it is in there mighty tight. So this thing's not accidentally going to pop out on you by any means. And as we talked about earlier, you have your controls in line right here with the wire, and it's pretty nice. It doesn't sit too low, like it's not down in your lap or anything. It's kind of right there, which is really nice length. So if you're using a controller, bam, it's kind of like right above you, which I really like. But again, you have your volume rocker. It's not mic controller or anything. It's just for your volume. And then you have your mic mute and unmute right there. And this volume rocker works across the board on every device. So now let's get into the sound performance. And like I stated, I tested them on Xbox One, PS4, the Nintendo Switch, the PC. And on PC, I was listening to music, watching videos, editing videos, and everything. So I tested them across the board. So anyways, before we get into the performance and how they sounded on each device, I want to talk a few specs here. And a lot of you know I'm not a big numbers person, right? But if something is different and it stands out, or it's they advertise it as different, I will always mention it. But again, I don't talk numbers that much because usually everything's fairly the same, or if it performs the same, I like to leave it as that. But these guys come in different with the dual chamber drivers right there, which I'll pull up on the screen and show you a little clip of it right now. But what that means is there's a little chamber for your bass, and then your highs are coming out, and then your mids. So again, everything will be a little bit crisper rather than everything just being kind of mushed together. Now, one other thing I want to point out real quick here as far as the sound and that dual chamber and what makes these kind of different from some of the other ones, I want to pull you in right there. You guys see those little dots right up top there, right by the wire? So you got them right there and right there. So it's like little air passages, and I actually called HyperX. I'm kind of like, what the heck are these all about, right? So I was kind of curious. So I called technical support on HyperX and said, hey, can you guys tell me what these are right here? And they were kind of like, I'm not too sure, you know what I mean? We started talking about it, and they started looking some things up and everything, and it's about the bass right there. So again, you got the chambers just for the bass, so if you close it off right there, it'll just be like, like this real bad, like your friend that's got that bad woofer in the back of his car that he just wants to blast some music, but it sounds absolutely horrible because it's shaking a trunk. That's what it would sound like. And one other thing, talking specs, these guys are 13 hertz to 27 hertz, I believe. The majority of your headsets are 20 to 20. Now, if you're curious what all that mumbo jumbo numbers are, the lower number is going to be your low end, like your bass and stuff. The higher number is going to be your high end, right? So the lower the number, the more bass, mids, and whatnot. And then the higher number will be how pronounced your highs are. So anyways, now that we got an understanding of some of the specs of the headset and what makes them different from other headsets, let's talk about the straight up performance per device. And let's go ahead and start with PC, right? And I plugged it into 3.5 right there. And again, I played games, edited videos, and listened to music. And they sounded good, right? But again, did I really decipher that dual chamber where you're getting that bass over here and then the highs and the mids? And I gotta say yes, but it's minor. It's not like this massive thing. It's like, oh wow, there's my bass, there's my highs, and there's my mids. It was nothing like that. Nothing shocking. Nothing that really just blew me away by any means, you know what I mean? But it was nice. It wasn't bad by any means, but I heard better. I wouldn't say this is some technology or something that I just rave about and say, oh wow, you need to try this right now. But again, it did sound good. If there's one thing I would say, and this especially goes for watching videos or even editing videos, I felt like the mids were a little bit heavy. Again, it just kind of dried it out a bit right there in the middle. You know, sure, I got my bass. It wasn't head shaking bass by any means, and my highs were there. But again, I felt like the mids occasionally, especially editing videos and stuff, and also playing games, I felt like it kind of drowned the other things out and just put that flat feeling in the middle right there. Kind of hard to explain, but that's where I'd put it, as the mids were, you know, I wouldn't even say a pinch. I'd probably say 2 to 3 pinches high, if you catch my drift right there. And now let's go into console. We're talking Xbox, PS4, and Nintendo Switch here. Again, you get same sound stage across all of them, but the PS4, obviously with 3.5, I don't know what the deal is, but the volume just drops a little bit compared to the other ones. But again, we'll talk Xbox. I was dabbling with a lot of Forza with this thing, and they got loud, and you really heard the engine roaring or the cars behind you. But again, same as back with PC, I noticed the mids kind of just took over a little bit. Like, say for example, I don't know if you guys have played Forza or any other racing games. Say when you get off your road a little bit, you start hitting that red and white little line of boop, 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 boop. I don't know if that was a good sound effect right there, you know what I mean? But anyways, when you kind of hit that red and white line right there and your tires start popping around it, again, the engine or the tires wheels kind of overtook it. Like, I couldn't really decipher that. Like, I couldn't catch it, you know, or even the music in the background in the stands, it just really didn't stand out that much, you know, which was a little disappointing to me, because I thought with this technology that's in this headset here that they're, you know, raving about, I thought I would really be 100% distinctive sound, like, okay, that's that, this, and this, and it would really be broken up and I'd tell the difference, which, again, you noticed it a little bit, so don't think it's not there. You didn't notice a little bit, but it wasn't, again, it just didn't awe me. It didn't awe me at all. Alright, so now let's go ahead and talk about mic. Now, it is detachable right here, and it just plugs right into that little slot right above it there. Clicks right in, and you have a really nice flush look right there. And it's pretty nice, because I mean, this sucker is heavy duty. Like, no matter, you can put it there and put it in an S and it pretty much stays, right? Comes with the windscreen, which is a really nice touch. I love windscreens on my mic headsets. Takes out a lot of those P's and T's. But you know what? Let's go on and get a quick mic test.
Alright, so I am now using the mic on the headset with the windscreen installed, and the mic is about, give or take, 2 inches from my mouth. Now, as we're talking about the mic here, I want to show you on Amazon. This headset's coming in around $89. And again, that's kind of where I think the hardest point for me to recommend this headset is that price range. Because when we get into that price range, you have a lot of competition. And I think there's others out there that are better, that are even cheaper, if I could say, you know, which is kind of crazy. And again, when I say better, I'm not saying these are trash, so don't take it that way. I think these are good. They are good. But again, I think if you're looking for a good headset, you can spend less.
But again, my goal here was not to bash this headset or be a Debbie Downer, Mr. Negative, or anything like that. You know, that's not my goal here. My goal is to help you spend your money wisely. And again, I think at the $90 price range, I think you can get a little bit better, or you can get the same type of sound or quality spending a little bit less. That's kind of where I put this. Again, it's not bad. I just think you can spend your money better. But hey, everyone, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for some future tech videos. I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now.